Coffee with Covered Bridges. I'm Dog Roan, broker owner of Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, and with me today are
Sue Barczyk, broker owner.
Karen Rodarmo, realtor.
Renee, realtor.
and we're with you today to discuss buying versus renting. That's the age-old question. Should you buy, should you rent? There's been debates going on about it for years, and it really does depend on your particular situation, which is the better choice for you. So we're going to discuss with you some pros and cons of each buying and renting. So first of all, what about renting?
Well, I've rented for many years in my life prior to buying a home, and being a military family, we were moving all the time. So if you have a job where you know you're not going to be put in one place for a long period of time, renting is really the way to go.
No maintenance, no taxes. Those are all things that are paid by the landlord, so those are things that you don't have to be putting money back for. The maintenance falls on the landlord as well. And maybe you don't want to stay there for a long period of time. You don't know where you want to be.
When I first got out of college, we rented in Vermont, actually, and it was great. We knew we were there for a winter. We were working at a ski area, so we rented seasonally. It was perfect. We didn't have to worry about mortgages. We didn't have to worry about any sort of upkeep on the property, snow plowing, snow shoveling. That was all taken care of.
Yeah, it's especially great when you first get out of college, or if you're not sure of where you're going to end up, you're not ready to settle down, because you can move so much quicker. So on the other side of the coin, what are some cons about renting?
Well, cons, you may end up having to vacate the property. You don't know how long you can stay there. You may have a year lease, you may have a month-to-month lease, and the landlord will determine how long you're really going to be there.
The other con of renting is your rent can go up at any time, particularly at the end of your lease. Plan on it. If you aren't a pet person, you may not be able to have pets.
That's all true. The other thing is, too, sometimes I've seen it happen where somebody is planning on renting something and then there's some sort of malfunction in the home. So you're all set to move into a house and a water line breaks upstairs. You open the front door to move in and wham, no place to move. So then you're stuck without a place to live.
So basically when you rent, the landlord's in control.
Right.
The landlord
Absolutely.
makes all the rules, and you're going to pay a mortgage one way or the other, whether you're renting or whether you're owning. But if you rent, you're paying your landlord's mortgage. So let's talk about now paying your own mortgage. What are some of the pros with buying a home?
When you're buying a home, you're building your own equity. Every monthly payment that you make is giving you more wealth in your mortgage. At some point down the road, you're going to have equity in your home that is going to be more valuable to you versus your landlord.
Right. Also, if you're somebody who likes to decorate and you like to really make a home yours, you have that freedom to paint and to do a remodel, do whatever it is you want. If you're looking at catalogs and Pinterest and you see these great ideas, here you can actually implement it if it's your own home.
Right. And you can have a pet if you want to have a pet.
And it's for savings account. When you own a home, if you have a fixed rate mortgage, you can count on paying the same payment every month. You don't have to worry about it going up.
Absolutely.
And after it's over, at the end of that term, then you own the property. So the amount that you owe continues to decrease. So it's really a forced savings account. And also on the other side of that, besides building equity, you also can take advantage of appreciation, because when you buy it and you paint and you do improvements to the property, when you go to sell a few years later, it's going to be worth more usually than what you paid for it. So as long as you do the right things. Makes you feel part of a neighborhood, part of a community, and there's a pride of ownership
There is a pride of ownership.
when you own your own home.
There's also a sense of security. I live out in the country, so a neighborhood's not an issue, but when I get home, I just automatically decompress. I get into my own space and I just chill out, and I'm happy to be there and I can do what I want.
So then on the other side of the coin, there are cons of buying. What are some of the cons? What are the negatives when buying your own home?
Some cons are you do need to have some financial security. You do need to have a down payment and closing costs ready to purchase that home.
You will be the one that has to pay the taxes on the property, so that's money that you're going to have to put back. You're going to be the one that's responsible for the maintenance of that property. So it's up to you what kind of shape you keep it in as to whether it's worth more in the end or whether it's not.
And you always want to have a reserve when you own a home, knowing that something can come up around the corner. There will be maintenance, repairs, or improvements that you want to do, so you do want to have a financial reserve.
And also not only what the situation financially is today, but you have to consider what your financial situation will be a few years from now. So you want to make sure before buying a home that you do have that financial security for years to come, not just currently to get into that home. So it's a big decision whether you're going to buy or whether you're going to rent. What you need to do is look at your current situation with all of these things that we discussed, see which is better for you, see what your long-term plan is, see if you're able to save money or if maybe buying a home is a better savings plan for you. But again, unless you have the financial stability up front, and whether you're ready to settle down, you might want to think about renting temporarily until you're in a position to be able to buy. Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to visit our Facebook business page at Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, where we'll be sharing more tips throughout the year, as well as our YouTube channel at Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty, and follow us and subscribe to our Coffee with Covered Bridges video series. So until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.